Hello. In this video, I wanted to talk about the things that have inspired me the most from the movie 13 Lives directed by Ron Howard and the documentary The Rescue that was made a few months earlier. I will share ideas from the film that have excited and moved me, related to diving activity. These include the power of hope and perseverance, the importance of solidarity and collaboration, the value of sacrifice and courage, the resilience and strength of the human spirit, the importance of education, experience, and leadership, and the significance of faith and spirituality. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Although we all know how it ended, as it was covered in almost all media outlets and received a lot of attention. Warning, I will reveal some of the content for those who are not familiar with it. The story follows a group of divers who work together to rescue a youth soccer team trapped in a flooded cave in Thailand. The rescue operation of the 13 children was incredibly complex and dangerous, but thanks to the solidarity and collaboration of all involved, the children were finally rescued and returned to their families. While diving is an exciting activity, it can also be challenging. During the rescue, the divers faced several dangerous obstacles and situations that seemed impossible to overcome. However, their hope and perseverance allowed them to push forward and achieve what seemed impossible. When facing challenges in the water, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. But by holding on to the hope of rescue, we can maintain a positive attitude and focus on our goals. Similarly, perseverance allows us to keep going even when things get tough and we face unexpected challenges. Although even a child can learn to dive, it requires a great deal of effort and dedication to become a skilled and experienced high-level diver. Training is a long and challenging process, but if we persevere through the challenges, we can achieve great things. Moreover, it is a concrete example of how solidarity and collaboration are fundamental. If the rescuers had not worked together in a coordinated and efficient manner, the rescue would never have been possible. But this is not the only example. When we dive, it is important that we stick together to ensure our safety and that of our partner. There must be clear and constant communication to ensure that we can help each other if something goes wrong. We must all follow the same rules and procedures to avoid problems. It is important that more experienced divers help others and that everyone works together to ensure safety. Thirdly, bravery and sacrifice required in diving are highlighted. Let's think about what it means to dive into the water and enter a cave to rescue someone in an unknown place. It involves a great deal of bravery as we are facing a dangerous environment where any mistake can have consequences. Diving also requires sacrifice. Those of us who dedicate ourselves to this activity know that we need to be in a minimum physical shape, and we must practice regularly to maintain skills and knowledge. We also know that we must invest time in our training to be prepared for any situation that may arise. The rescuers not only risked their own lives but also dedicated time and resources to train and prepare properly for a really difficult rescue. In recreational diving, bravery is a key element. Imagine for a moment that you encounter low visibility or strong currents. At that moment, bravery is what allows us to keep going, while training emerges when we need it most. Many people overcome their self-limiting thoughts thanks to diving, becoming braver and freer individuals. The film is a perfect example of how the resilience and strength of the human spirit can be key to overcoming extreme situations. In diving, as in any other activity, unexpected events or situations may arise that make us feel like we cannot go on. For example, although it is difficult, it is possible to run out of air during a dive by not checking the pressure gauge frequently. At these times, resilience and having a good diving buddy nearby are fundamental. Resilience is the ability of people to overcome difficult situations, adapt, and come out stronger from them. Diving training can also teach us to be more emotionally resilient. For example, when we face a stressful or dangerous situation during a dive, we can remain calm and focus on finding solutions. In the film, the divers use special diving equipment. The side mount, lateral mounting of cylinders, specialized wings, and harnesses protect the equipment and make it possible to enter narrow passages in cave diving. This was essential as the conditions in the cave were very difficult. Thanks to the innovation of their equipment, many of which were designed by the rescuers, the divers were able to reach where the children were. The rescue would not have been possible without the training and knowledge of the experts who participated in it. Many of them had spent a lifetime training and practicing in different scenarios to be able to face extreme situations. In other words, experience and training are fundamental to reach these levels. On the other hand, leadership also played a key role in the rescue. It was necessary to have someone to coordinate tasks and direct the teams of divers. In this case, the leaders were Richard Stanton and John Volanthen, experts in caves and rescue diving. In diving, communication is essential to ensure the safety of all members of the team. For example, before starting a dive, a clear and concise dive plan must be established, specifying depths, times, objectives, and emergency procedures. It is also essential that divers maintain constant communication to report any problems or unexpected situations. To do this, divers must maintain an appropriate position and be attentive to the signals emitted by their companions. What is really impressive is how empathy can help overcome this human vulnerability. The divers came together to work together, risking their own lives to rescue the children trapped in the cave. Despite the difficulties, the team worked with empathy and compassion, thinking about the safety of the children. This same spirit of empathy and compassion is what can make this rescue something incredible. This makes me think that when we are underwater, we can feel this deep connection with the natural world and with other divers who share our passion for exploration. A diver who is attentive to the needs of others and willing to help them in times of difficulty is a valuable life companion, not just a diving companion. Social responsibility is present in the way that rescuers organize and work together in the rescue. Each of them has a specific role to play, and they all work together as a team to achieve the common goal of saving the children. After sedating them for extraction, each person in the team has an assigned role, ensuring that the children are safe and applying the injections or treatments they need during the extraction. In conclusion, if you're a diver, you'll know that there's something special about diving into the sea and exploring it. The feeling of weightlessness under the water, being part of the marine life, and feeling the peace that takes over you is something difficult to explain. That's why diving also teaches us to be grateful for the small things in life. When we come out of the water, we feel different, and we want to share our experience and what we have felt. As we have seen, diving is an activity that requires mental and physical training. During the rescue, the mental and emotional health of the children and the coach was put to the test, and their ability to stay alive and maintain hope was crucial to their survival. That's why I believe that diving can be a tool for personal growth and overcoming our fears and limitations. The practice of this activity can help us develop confidence in ourselves. If we are able to control our mind underwater, we can also apply those new powers to other things in life. Furthermore, it allows us to connect with nature and experience the feeling of freedom and calmness. This connection with the environment helps us to value life more and have a broader perspective on things. Lastly, diving also allows us to meet new cultures and people with the same interests all over the world. By sharing this passion with other divers, we create a global community united by the same passion. This gives us the opportunity to learn more and broaden our perspective. One of the things that caught my attention was the importance of faith in the rescue and spirituality. And in those moments, spirituality can be a valuable tool for self-awareness and overcoming difficulties. One of the expert divers who participated in the rescue mentioned how before each dive, he would pray. And this wasn't because he thought God would make everything go well, but because he needed to find inner peace that would allow him to concentrate and overcome the situation in the best possible way. Another example is the football coach who was trapped with the children. He mentioned that in the days they spent trapped in the cave, he found help in meditation and prayer, which allowed him to maintain calm and hope in such a difficult moment. In a complicated situation, they can help us find the calm and concentration necessary to perform a dive safely and successfully. But this doesn't mean that we have to have a specific religion or belief. Each one can find their way to connect with the spiritual and find the inner peace they need.